Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin, the OG, the original Grognard, sitting down here, continuing our playthrough of John Tiller's American Civil War series, Campaign Atlanta, one of the campaign games, third scenario of this specific Campaign Atlanta game, Cassville, October something, 1864, turn 23 of 27. We're getting down to the end. So yeah, we may just go ahead and finish off this game because there's only 4 turns left. Yeah. So what happened? Not a lot of much of anything really. The Confederates have still got this nice line here at Cassville, probably waiting for me to attack them. And if Cassville was worth something other than 50 victory points, I may be tempted to go for it. But yeah, I really don't need to. I'm pretty much winning on victory points from casualties. I don't think maybe a little bit of movement over here on this flank against my cavalry. Again, they've decided to actually start moving over here with 3rd Division against 3rd Division. I hardly call it a division; it's 2 brigades. And they're kicking my butt when they decide to where they want to go, but you know, and I've got a bunch of routed guys, which isn't real good. They had some guys up here and they pushed back and I lost sight of them. I think they moved further into these woods right here. And of course, Hooker's Corps is still slow. Okay, now I would like to point out all the problems that I have been having and complaining about Hooker's Corps are all of my own making. Now, technically, what I could be doing and what the game engine allows me to is I could have an entire brigade stacked in 1 hex, marching down the road in column formation, and you know, then I wouldn't have this massive long traffic jam of troops backed up because I could have, you know, 6, 8, 9 units in the same hex in column formation, marching down a road that's 250 meters long, even 5 abreast. Nah, so just the way I look at it, it's more realistic. 1 regiment when they're in column formation, marching down the road. So if I was playing it the way the game engine says I should be waiting, the entire corps would probably be stacked up down here and getting ready to move. But as it is, it's a situation of my own making. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get right into this. And let's start with my beloved cavalry. Do some firing over there. We like that, 16 men. And am I going to advance with my cavalry? No, we're not going to advance with the cavalry. All right, so that leaves us over here. What do we got here? Ooh, disrupted and isolated. We like seeing disrupted and isolated. And what about right there? Disrupted and isolated. I'm disrupted there, disrupted. Routed and routed. All right, so pull out a little bit, take a look at the situation. See, 100, 200, 300 men with the leader. Now those guys are disrupted. Oh, 72. Yeah, 72 men each. I better leave them there just because. So let's have these guys. Let's see, which is 1. Okay, so the first unit in stack is the most 10th South Carolina. Okay, we like that. 24 casualties. And those guys are disrupted, so let's put fire into there. And these guys put fire into there. So the question is, do I take these guys and have them attack across the stream, C and E quality troops? Dear God. B. Now, you know what? Even though they're disrupted and isolated, and there's less than 300 of them, me attacking across the stream with quality E troops probably won't turn out well for me. So we're not going to attack. We got 197, but they're disrupted. Those guys are routed. Those guys are disrupted, and there's 71 men. Dear God, 3rd Division, where are all your men at? I guess that's it for 3rd Division. All right, back down to Cassville, and it's, Jesus, 5 units? Ugh. It's just going to be the lines firing back. Oh, okay, so this is their cav, which are kind of broken from earlier fighting. It looks like 50 men, 10 men, 10 men, 80 men, 50 men. So, not sure I would secure my flank with those, but hey. Not like I'm making an advance on them. So just keep firing down the line. Again, keep their attention on the hill and not towards Hooker's unit coming up the flank. Shooty, 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 shooty. Whoops, can't see him. Shoot at him. Turn visibility back on. Okay. These guys could shoot at the Rebs behind the wall at the female college. Alright, that's it for them, except for my cannonade. So let's just go ahead, pour fire there. Alright, so before we move on to 20th Corps, Hooker's Corps, let's take a look and see. Routed. Ah, he's in good position, so let's go ahead and take him, flip him around. Whoops. Flip him around, find out what the rest of his formation is. Alright, so we'll just march him right back there. That looks good. Let's see, what do we have here? We got 2nd Brigade and 3rd Brigade and 2nd Division. Judah, what the hell's he doing so far forward? Let's pull him back. Let's shift. Who is red? That's 2nd Brigade. So again, the little OCD in me. Oh, he's already fired. I can't move him. Poo. Alright, so we'll take him, move him to there. Alright. That little OCD part of me that wants, you know, my brigades nice and neat by each other. It's not a game for people who have OCD, and I don't have a lot of OCD. Okay, now for the fun part. 20th Corps, Hooker's Corps. Okay, so we've got our 2 in the front. Our reserve is forming up back here still. I think you're free to be able to start advancing. Let's turn visibility on so we can see when they might. Okay, let's just move cautiously up 2 hexes at a time. There we go. Now they're going to know that I'm on their flank. Especially now, so I'm crest the hilltop. Okay, so I do have more movement I can do with them. I just want to move them all up individually. Nice and peaceably like. We'll go here. Movement 3. I can probably get 1 more hex. But let's just move the entire line. And take a look. Movement 1, yeah. I want to keep everybody in a nice straight line. That's about as far as they're going to move. Those guys have got 2 movement points left, which isn't enough. And these guys have got 3 movement points, which is, so no. It's just, again, our OCD. We'll keep them nice and neat like that. And start putting fire on the rebel left flank. And these guys are average quality. C, 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 D. One of these days I'm actually going to play a scenario where the Union has halfway decent troops. Not sure when that's going to be or what game that could be in. Alright, so there's all the reserves. Okay, so there's 2 brigades up. Now we need to take our reserve brigade. Let's see, and let's start putting them all into line formation. Come on, clicky. Alright, where's our commander? Right there. So that'll be the reserve. So we've got 1. Oops. Should probably turn them. Oh, damn it. See, there we go with me clicking the wrong button again. They got the wrong bugle call. So there. Alright, so it's going to take me another turn probably to get these guys lined up properly. Division commander, check his command radius. Yeah, we need to move him forward a little bit. I think right there should be safe for him. Let's dismount him. What the difference of having him dismounted or mounted, I'm not really sure, but whatever. Let's take these guys, start shifting them up. I don't think I'm going to form up anymore because we got like 4 turns left. It's going to take me 4 turns to just get the rest of these guys formed up. So I'm not going to worry about them. However, I am going to move the guns and the supply forward. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. Yeah, all these guys got their guns. Yeah, I don't think moving my units this way would have made much difference rather than going around the top like I did. All right, so take a quick look. Fired units. Looks like everybody... Oh, he hasn't fired. That's why it's always a good idea just to click on that fired and moved buttons up here to see who has fired and who hasn't fired. I don't think he can see anybody. Nope, he can't see anybody. And everybody up here. Oh, they haven't fired. They're disrupted, but they haven't fired. Put it in 10th South Carolina. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be drawing any opportunity fire. They don't have the casualties to take. And then, of course, my cavalry's got carbines, so they don't have the range, as usual. That's it for 23. We'll be right back. And things just keep getting worse for the Union forces. 5 units routed. 1 regiment of Hooker's, what's that, 1st Brigade? Yeah, 1st Brigade. And then, yeah, more of my front line up here is running away. The rebels did pull back. These 2 hexes here, they pulled back because they obviously now see the threat on their flank. But the biggest problem is up with 3rd Division. I'm going to have to pull 3rd Division back. Remember those units I said went up this way? Well, they hooked back down, came around here, and now pulled back this way. And yeah, we got to fall back. I got too many guys that are routed. Too many units that are way under strength. Yeah, see, all these guys are back to normal now. They recovered, and they're no longer isolated. So, yeah, we need to pull 3rd Division back. All right, so let's just start up doing some cavalry, or the cav gun fire. 14, we like that. Okay, now what to do up here? Pull back. It's about as far as they're going to pull back, I'm afraid. Try it again. Yep, these guys will pull back to here. These guys will pull back as much as they can. They'll pull back there. And these guys will move. Oops, click on them, move there. All right. So yeah, that 3rd Division's ill-fated attack ran into far too many superior rebel forces, and we got a bunch of guys running away. All right, so what? Huge holes in my lines now. Let's see, that guy just... Okay, well, can't do much about it, so... We'll start shooting at the rebels down at Cassville. I'm going to have to move up some of my reserves. Yeah, 80 for formate. No, I don't think we're going to move there. But we will shorten the line here. These guys, move them up to plug the hole. And continue firing on the female college. Get some more Hooker's boys in on the fight. Should I move the reserve up? Nah, we'll keep these guys need to move up. Yeah, them up into the orchard. All right. 16. Wow, they can see. I guess they are on the crest of the hill right there. All right, those guys are probably going to route as well. All right, let's get these guys, the reserve up. And make sure we give the proper bugle calls this time. There we go. There. 83. And nah, those guys will become the reserve. No, 85 men. All right. These guys and these two brigades. Let's make sure that one turns the correct way. And they'll be the reserve. 3 regiments that are 200 men. Sad state of affairs. Get these guys up here a little bit more. And let's move these wagons up. And like I said, I'm not even going to worry about getting those guys up online. So, again, let's go back. Take a look at fired. Looks like everybody. Yep, I think everybody's good to go. We'll be right back. All right, well, at least nobody ran away this time. 0 units routed out of 2 units checked. 25 of 27. Yeah, he pulled back more here, still leaving this poor little regiment up here as a sacrificial lamb. And look at this. He's got units coming up towards the Harry House now, so I'm going to have to take this brigade and pull them back and shift their cover so they can cover that way. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did have some guys route. Actually, I think these were guys that had routed and they were just still routing. Yeah, I just need to try to hold him from pushing anymore here. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get her done. We like that. Artillery is my only saving grace over there. Turn those guys and shift them across the stream. Let's have these guys shift a little bit and pull back. There we go. And those guys are still routing. All right, so this, we're going to have to pull you guys this way and don't have the movement to turn. But these guys we can turn. Start shooting at those rebel units. 300 men. Okay, yeah, that's more than my flank can absorb at this point, I think. So. And have the 2 lines fire at each other back and forth again. Yay, we've seen this before. Pretty much the entire game. And like I said, if I was playing a real human opponent, they'd be up and over that hill by now. Swear to God, I feel like I'm fighting with the Spaniards in the peninsula during the Napoleonic Wars. But these guys low quality. All right. I'll continue to pour fire on this. Yes. All right, let's take a look at all these routing guys now. Because I had an entire line of them. Routed. They're disrupted, so let's put them in line formation. Don't have the movement, turn them around. Put them in line formation. Put them in line formation. There. Now, where we go. Now, let's see. These guys got unrouted. So let's put them in line formation to get back up and rejoin the rest of the brigade. Alright, let's go ahead and slowly start moving 1st and 2nd brigades up. 400 men, they're disrupted. Those guys can't attack because they're disrupted. 177 men, 184 men. Quality C against quality C. 400 disrupted. It's about 100. No. I will not charge them yet. I am very skittish about charging with Union troops for some odd reason. So go ahead. Push. Oops, that's the divisional commander. Let's put him. Whoops! Again, wrong bugle calls. I was wanting to move him. 102 men, 106 men. Fine. They'll go up there. Let's get these cannons up on the hill. And move the supply wagon forward. And what I forgot to do last time, and almost forgot to do this time, is fire with these guns. Let's see. 50, 100. A lot of troops back there. 150. All right, fine. I'll just pour fire into that hex. There we go. 18 men. Cannons are about the only things that I've got that are doing damage reliably. Fired. Everybody's fired. Like I said, I'm not even going to bother with rest of 20th Corps because they will not get into position in time. That looks like that's about it. We're getting close to the end. Be right back. Alrighty, here we go. Into the last turn. For the most part, yeah, that poor regiment stayed there. He pulled his lines back a couple more units just to tighten up his flank on Cassville. He still moving this brigade by the Harry House, and that's about all he's done. Let's take a look at the victory real quick. View, no, info, victory, Union minor victory. Wow, I need 1,000 more points for a major victory. Not gonna happen. So I guess we're gonna have to contain ourselves with a minor victory, and honestly, let's not tempt fate too much. Let's see, I think really the only thing we want to do is let's just see if we can push those guys out of the female college. Pour a bunch of fire there. Pour a bunch of fire. More fire. More fire. I got one guy that's now low on ammo. Why, yes I do. It's a good thing I brought this wagon up. Let's see. I got 166, 373. Alright, let's just do it. Have those guys charge. These guys charge. Long range fire. And let's bring the brigade commander up. And let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what happens when you attack with lower quality troops. Well, no, I was C quality, but he was behind the wall, the stone wall, so I'm sure that helped some. So, anyways, all right. So that's basically going to be it for me. I have nothing else I want to do. We're content everywhere else. I mean, well, yeah, all right, fine. We'll fire off the cannons one last time. Hey, 20 men. Yay, 14 men. We'll be back with the post-game results right after this. Alrighty, here we go. Time limit reached in scenario. And there we go. Union minor victory. Infantry losses for the Union, 1,176. Confederate losses, 1,785. One leader. We only had one leader killed in all that. But still, even still, I needed 200 points to get a minor victory. I had 220. So yeah, it was all objective points, 175 on my side. And that and infantry losses. So let's go ahead and take a look at the board. Yeah, I mean, look at that quality. B, 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 A, B, B, B. Yeah, just rebel quality. Let's go ahead and take a look up here. He had a lot more stuff up here than I thought he had. Well, no, he pulled back at the last turn. Last turn started pulling back. Looks like you had a couple brigades down here. Another brigade there. So, yeah, that's at least... a division over there. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it was about a corps worth of... a weak corps. 2 divisions. Stevenson's division. No, maybe this was all 1 division. Oh, no, Hindman's division. So, yeah, it was 2 divisions up there. But, yeah, my cavalry and 3rd Division, we're never going to get anywhere close to getting to that objective marker. And if you kind of notice, he did start pulling troops off there right at the last turn. But yeah, all right, so that's it. That's the battle for Cassville. And so I probably not going to record any more of this campaign because I'm sure people will get tired of watching me just play one because this is the 3rd battle. There are still 7 more battles in this campaign, and this is probably one of the shorter ones. And one of the smaller ones. So this is going to be it for this series, and I'm going to move on to something else. But what I will do is file, let's see, hit exit, and that should take us to the next battle screen. Yeah, all right, here we go. Battle of Dallas, current situation. Unsure of Sherman's dispositions and possible next move, Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston orders a reconnaissance and force to probe Union forces near the city of Dallas. No, not Dallas, Texas. For this mission, Johnston orders Major General William B. Bates's division with Jackson's cavalry in support of a probe of Dallas. If successful, this Confederate force may be able to envelop the Union right flank. This movement will commence at 3 p.m. on the afternoon of 28th of May. Facing the probing attack is Union General James B. McPherson's Army of the Tennessee. All right, so I should have, and we hit continue. All right, so I've got 2 different choices that I can go with. The decision I can go is either Logan's 15th Corps defends Dallas, which is the historical. Logan's 15th Corps is heavily entrenched in front of Dallas. Harrow's 4th Division is located on the extreme right. 2nd Division is in the center. Osterhaus's division is on the left. These Union troops are heavily supported by artillery and ready for any kind of attack. Yeah, but they're C, D, and E quality troops. So we can either go with this battle where it's just I sit here being defensive, or we can go for a grand battle from Dallas to Pickett's Mill. The rebel General Johnston has ordered Bates's division to probe Dallas. Fighting breaks out all along the line from Pickett's Mill to Dallas. Sherman orders an all-out attack. All right, so those are my 2 options. And I'll go ahead and leave it up to all y'all out there for the next game. And again, this will be all off camera. But should I go with the historical, or should I go crazy and go balls out and attack the rebel lines? That's the question. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in this comment section below. I'll see everybody later. See ya.